Welcome to Inside Design with Kandrak and Cole, hosted by two nationally published Atlanta interior designers, Joanne Kandrak and Kelly Cole. These energetic women are also world travelers, charity givers, and bloggers with a wealth of information to share and stories to tell about the interior design world. Okay, now just a warning, this is going to be fun and not too serious. After all, they still do have an interior design business running at full speed.
Hey everybody, welcome to Inside Design with Kandrak and Cole. This is episode 47, and today we are going to talk about kitchen and bath trends for 2019. So it turned out that last year we talked about this after the kitchen and bath show that we went to in Orlando, and it was our second highest downloaded episode since we started the podcast. So we figured you guys love it so much that we should talk about this year's KBIS show, which unfortunately we couldn't go to, but we were kind of glad because Las Vegas had 7 hours or snowed for more than 7 hours, and all of our design peeps are all over social media, like stranded and messed up. And oh my gosh, so we're kind of glad we didn't go, but
it was crazy.
Yeah, we turned to all our friends and for the scoop.
We love this show so much, and we were kind of disappointed because when you go, we learn so much about what's out there, major eye candy. And so, like we tend to do, we reached out to our designer friends and had them be the eyes for us. So we're very lucky that we can count on them to share with us. But I have a crazy story because as I was working on this outline yesterday, my future son-in-law, who is a house flipper, and he is part of a few different masterminds and groups, he literally just sent me this text with these bullet points of things that one of his friends saw at the Builder Show, which is usually side by side with the kitchen and bath show.
They're in the. Are they in the same convention hall? Like
you can walk right to them.
Yeah, they're at the same time in Las Vegas or
yeah.
Okay.
So I got some tips from them, which we'll share with you in a minute. But first up, we have Rose Dostal, who is RM Designs LLC. She's a kitchen, bathroom, and interior remodeling architect in Hudson, Ohio.
And we met her. We all travel in the same circles because we go to the same conferences. And I think we were on Blog Tour together.
Blog Tour, yeah.
Yep. She's a sweetie. So she was quick to say, sure, I'll share what I saw.
Yeah. So if you want to look her up, she is rmddesignsllc.com.
Out of Hudson, Ohio.
Yep.
So she was talking about one trend that really stuck out to her was Hexagon. So that shape all over the design trend, just in terms of tiles. She saw it in fabric. She saw it in lighting. So, I mean, we all know we're kind of going in a geometric direction, and we have for a long time. But I thought that was curious.
I've always been a fan of Hexagon, so I'm happy to see that.
Yeah.
The other thing she saw, this is kind of cool too, because when you talk to different people, it's such a big show and there's so much, but everybody like kind of sees different things. Mm-hmm. So she said that there are unique storage solutions, meaning the interiors of the storage is elevated to a finish that's typically shown on the inside of the cabinetry. So, I'm sorry, on the outside of the cabinetry. So like the interior, like when you're opening the drawer, it's going to probably be just as pretty as the outside. So I thought that was, that's something kind of different.
Well, as it should. I open drawers and keep them open, and then I bump into them, whatever.
Just like closets. I think closets should be painted the same color as your room.
Yes.
Yeah.
So another trend that she saw that I'm just, ecstatic about because I'm totally obsessed is matte black. But she said it was more dominant this year than in years past. We've seen it coming. It's very prevalent in hardware and in lighting, but she saw it more in bathroom fixtures and appliances, in tiles.
Yeah.
When we went to Milan years ago, remember? Yeah. They were doing all matte in their kitchens years ago, and the U.S. was still all shiny and polished. Mm-hmm. So it's coming, and I love it.
The thing I love about matte black is it goes with everything. Mm-hmm. So if you really want to change out your tile or whatever, matte black goes with everything. So,
yep, anyway. I love it.
Okay, so here are the two people that my future son-in-law, although in a couple months I can call him my son-in-law.
Yeah, well, he basically is.
Turned me on to. So they are Greg and Gina Lynch. They they work with Enfort Homes, Enfort Homes. They're a boutique spec home builder and developer, and they're based in Kirkland, Washington. You really need to go check out their website. It is absolutely beautiful. It's Enfort, E-N-F-O-R-T, homes.com.
I like the combination of a spec home that's still boutique.
Oh.
That's kind of cool.
Their website is absolutely beautiful. So they kind of gave things in a very quick bullet point. And I really love everything that they shared because it's a little different than what some of the other, although they did say the matte black is still very hot.
Yeah.
And that a new finish is a gunmetal.
I love it.
I love that too.
Well, you've seen for my lake house, we did our appliances in black stainless, which I love, which is kind of a gunmetal.
Yeah.
It's not black. It's definitely got that gray in there, and I love it. Yep.
Yeah. Acrylic pulls are the next big thing, which we've always loved acrylic pulls.
Now, I'd say they've been around for a little bit, but they're more prevalent.
I saw on Instagram, I saw a lot of people posting photos, and a lot of the pulls and things they were showing were acrylic.
Yeah, and maybe what she is also referring to is people are getting away from all the knobs, which drives me crazy. When you look at a kitchen and there's 30 knobs that are like little baby eyeballs staring back at you, and pulls are just so much prettier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in faucets, and I saw a lot of pictures of this too, mixed metals. So like example, a black handle with the chrome neck.
Yeah.
And then this ombre, which a lot of our friends were like pinning and posting. So it transitions from chrome to gold.
I don't know that I'm going to buy into that.
I don't know that really
I don't like it in hair,
excites
and
me
I don't
all that much.
know if I like that.
Yeah, but it's for somebody that wants a little, glam. There you go.
And we've been using. We've been using that mixed metal, like the black and the chrome, because Brizo, one of our favorite manufacturers for faucets, started that several years ago, and we fell in love with it then. So
I have it in my bathroom, and I love it.
Yep.
Okay, so in terms of paint. And this is everything that we've heard. The whites and super lights are still big, and we love. And the grays are getting warmer.
Just what Sue Wadden said.
Now this is interesting. The cabinets.
Yeah,
you're still seeing those colors in cabinets, but lots of blues and greens mixed with wood tones.
Excellent. You got to be kind of brave, but if you do it right,
you got to commit.
Yep. Awesome. And then again, it's nice when people repeat things, because then that was a prevalent aesthetic that we all need to pay attention to. But again, in tile, the pattern tile still going strong. Kind of a patchwork neutral mix was what she saw the most. And then again, the large scale hexagon.
Yeah, well, hex usually you see small.
Yeah.
But it's in large scale. I think it's really, really cool.
Yep. Like it.
Lighting. They said they saw a lot of industrial with mixed metal. And now this is something I haven't seen.
Okay.
Black, gold, and chrome on the same fixture.
Wow. Okay.
Sounds a little odd, but I'll have to see it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It gets you thinking. So first you go, no, and then you gotta look it up and check it out before you turn it away.
And then the frills. I like how they kind of threw in these frills. A galley kitchen sink. If you don't know what a galley kitchen sink is, just Google it and look at those images. It's a very, I guess it's
narrow,
a narrow sink that is so functional. You can all different kinds of things. Even go onto YouTube and look up galley kitchen sink.
So you can move a chopping block over, slide a drain for your dishes. You can keep it all open. Wash your puppy, wash your baby. Yeah. I love that.
It's really
idea.
cool. Speakers in the shower.
Well, Mike Cole would say speakers everywhere, including hidden behind your cabinets, which is in every cabinet in our house.
Now, I thought this was interesting. Locks on barn doors, because we have done a couple.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, because if you want to do a barn door across the kind of, let's say, your powder room, usually there's no way or normally you would not lock, or there wasn't a lock for those doors. And as a matter of fact, we tried to do one in an HGTV house that we did. We said, they can't do it because we can't lock that door. So they've figured that out. So there you go. You can get locks on barn doors now.
And then adding hairpin legs to a floating island for big style. I mean, I love dressing up an island anyway to make it look more like a piece of furniture than a big, huge block. But playing with the legs is something I think everybody should consider.
If you don't need the storage underneath, which a lot of people do, but if you don't, that's a very awesome design element that you don't see in every kitchen. So I think that's kind of cool. Accent hoods, they just keep getting
more gorgeous and more gorgeous.
And more expensive.
Yeah.
They are a frill, but let me tell you what, they kind of are
they're the piece de resistance.
In a kitchen. Yeah.
It's like art.
and then transom windows with interesting grids. I love the old windows, the ones that the transoms kind of have that sort of diamond. I just love any kind of
just that vintage kind of old-timey interesting feel to make the glass look better.
Yeah.
Fretwork.
There's the word.
There you
okay,
go. I knew I wasn't hitting what you wanted to say.
Okay.
Well, we were just so psyched. Thank you, Greg and Gina, because that was awesome little tidbits that you shared. And then we reached out to our friends and the team at kitchenandbath.com. And oh my gosh, they told us so much good stuff. So starting with Delta's voice IQ technology. So this has been coming for a long time.
We talked a little bit about it last year, but it's gone even up a notch.
So they're now got it down to a hands-free voice operated faucet that pairs with Alexa, Google Assistant, yada yada. So if you're trying to measure in ounces, cups, pints, and you want to dispense in a certain way, talking to your faucet.
How about this one? So you can customize your commands. So you can set a command that can dispense like a specific amount. Hey Alexa, ask Delta to fill the dog bowl. And it knows that the dog bowl is
X
so
amount.
many. Yeah.
That's so awesome. But what first comes to mind about that is people that are disabled.
Yes.
That's just huge. Yeah.
Shield spray technology. This is a splatter reducing faucet. So you're not soaking wet after doing the dishes. They say it's strong enough to still get your baked down crud off the dishes. So you can, this is their tagline, power through a mess without making a mess.
I love that because I do make a mess when and I have a Brizo touchless faucet that I adore, but I guess maybe my water pressure is really high or I just make it that way. And I'm a disaster by the time I'm done with my dishes.
Okay, so they told us about sapien stone, which I have never heard of.
Oh.
It's an Italian porcelain surface. They said it was the talk of the show.
Oh, cool.
So it was featured in the Monogram booth. The versatility of the surface was mesmerizing, they said. It comes in an array of shades, including their new natural wood designs that look and feel like the real deal. Because porcelain is so much less expensive than, marble.
So I wonder
wood.
if that goes back to the wood mixing with the blue and green. If you can do it in a porcelain that looks like wood.
Well,
that's kind of crazy if you think about it. Yeah. And then Blue Star. So at this booth, and KBIS is, it's aisles and aisles and aisles in this huge convention hall of booths and all this, so you're seeing all these manufacturers and vendors and new technology. So at this booth, the Blue Star booth, you were able to see Pantone's Color of the Year, which is Living Coral, featured on their customizable appliances. So you can choose, get this, 750 different colors, even different textures, knobs, trims, door styles. So they had a prototype designed by our friends at Madcap Cottage, which was of this floral and plaid patterned oven, which is so their aesthetic. It's awesome. But imagine, just say that you are just obsessed with a certain aesthetic and it was never going to change for you. So this wasn't going to be like a trendy trend. How fun that would be, and probably what you'd be willing to pay for it,
Yes. Well, it's funny because we went to the Design Influencers conference here in Atlanta, and
this past week
there were a few people that came that had just come off of KBIS, and a couple of them said to us, "Oh, you guys would have loved it this year. It was all about color because they know we love color." So. I think it's fun to see. They said the whole show was so colorful. And they were saying that color is being added to appliances, tubs, sinks, countertops. So I love it. And green was everywhere is what they said. And that emerald green really was the color.
I think that so many people are afraid. They say, oh, well, I'll never be able to sell my house if I do something like that, or, that's just too trendy. But I think if something is really, really well done and you absolutely love it, then A, who cares? But B, I think that a homeowner or a buyer would come in and be like, holy cow, never would have done that. But
it looks good.
But it's done and it's cool and I want it to, So
Yeah.
and that smart technology, which we were just talking about with this, talking to the faucet and everything. It's just getting more and more refined and so awesome. Yeah. And the hidden appliances, which is so funny because, again, going back to when
European
we were at
thing.
Salon Mobile in Milan years ago, everything hidden. Yeah. They didn't even have hardware on the cabinet doors. So sleek, pretty, and everything hidden.
And I do love the panels on the appliances. I think it is really pretty.
I do too.
And then the last thing from Kitchen and Bath was smart technology. We talked about it last year, but like we said, it's kind of up in the game. So thank you, kitchenandbath.com and Alex, for giving us all that great information. We appreciate it. And then some other friends who are called Design Hounds. These are a group of designers, kitchen and bath people that have a hashtag called Design Hounds. And they are out there just on the lookout for design trends, things that are new in the industry, beautiful things that they see, and then they post them. And
it's headed off by our friends Veronica Miller and her daughter Flo, who we've been on. They're the ones that Modena's team that we went on the blog tours with. We've been to them to Milan. We've been to them to Las Vegas, to the KBIS show, and they're always just ahead of the trends and bringing designers together to
and I think they took about 25 designer bloggers to KBIS this year.
Yeah, they do a great job. I mean, they're wonderful about keeping us all together and keeping us all informed. So Flo and I were chatting, and she was like, I put it out on Design Hounds, and they've got so much great input for you guys. And then she emailed me a few thoughts on her own. So again, she repeated that smart technology is just not a thing of the future anymore. It's totally here. Thermador, which we've talked about before, offers their great Home Connect experience. So you can control nearly everything in your kitchen with voice control, from your cooktop to your dishwasher.
I know. It's cool.
Yeah.
And then she mentioned again, color and texture is in, and the brighter the better.
Yep.
Anne Sachs had a fabulous green tile backsplash that made their booth pop. Once again, I think I saw the picture of that.
She was at the Thermador booth. I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was everywhere. And then Thompson Traders, an amazing company that makes copper sinks. They had a lot of textured copper sinks, and they're all new matte black finish.
Oh my gosh! You know what? So. We were just talking about them at lunch, weren't we, or dinner when we were at Design Influencers Conference, and we were talking about how Thompson Traders is this family-owned business, and we've been to their house and had dinner for a bunch of designers at one of the conferences we are at. The most gracious, lovely people, and their products are one of a kind, but we can't always use copper. Sometimes it just isn't working. So the fact that they have a new matte black, I'm crazy. I'm so excited.
Even if it's just, I mean, sometimes we'll have done copper sinks and little bars and things like that. But the matte black, that's going to be awesome.
That's exciting.
And then once again, she mentioned about the unique storage options, all these like new little integrated options. And so
Monogram had a bunch.
Yep.
And Wellborn Cabinetry, who's awesome.
Yes.
They're the ones that we saw a couple years ago at KBIS, who had all of the pet friendly, the dog bowls that pull out from a drawer so you don't have to see them all the time, and just really cool storage and workspace options that make your kitchen, well, we all live in our kitchen, so they should be functional and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah. So it's nice to have both of those things.
Yeah.
All right, so the Design Hounds, this is kind of cool what they helped us with. So the first one is Michelle Gage. She's from Michelle Gage Interiors in Villanova, PA.
Yeah.
And here we go again. Smart kitchens are the wave of the future. Colored cabinets and custom everything.
Yep.
There it is.
And then Megan Bachman, she is from California. And she was talking again about the newness in the metal colors. Kohler and Vola showed that very well. Walnut drawer inserts or walnut drawers. Wellborn had the inserts. Executive Cabinetry had the doors. So again, we're hearing this again, the wood mixing with these great colors. And then the newness in appliances, like for special things like the Thermador dishwasher for glasses or the LG steamer, pretty cool.
We actually are putting the Thermador dishwasher, which they call the entertainer's dishwasher, in the house we're working at in Kiowa.
Yeah.
Because it's a big, they do a lot of entertaining. So we've got Stephanie Slifer from S Squared Interior. She's in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Functionality, which she said, brands are paying attention to how consumers are living and tailoring their products to meet their demands. Color everywhere. Mixed metals. Texture pattern. They're just repeating this all. She even said wood panel or 3D tile installation. Texture and pattern were everywhere.
Well, it's really showing the innovation of kitchen and bath design, which has always been, it's been getting better and better and better, but it's where we do, like I said, spend all of our time, and it's the center of everybody's
if
home.
I'm going to if you're going to make an investment, that is the place to do it. Like forego something else, but make it there because you're in there all the time, and resale is.
And I'm glad to see that one of the designers, Jennifer Moreau from Granby, Connecticut, she talked about creating environments and experiences in your home with steam showers, essential oils like Mr. Steam. We love Mr. Steam, and it's always a booth that we don't miss. So, and then Maureen Brake Coates from Luxury Transitions, she's in Canada. She was talking again about color, technology, and the ability, a lot of people are downsizing. And so she was talking about how this maximization and organization function of, the kitchens and all these storage options is key because, everybody is downsizing and trying to get the most functionality out of their kitchens. So it was nice to see things repeated over and over because I hope for you guys, it gives you, very clear vision for what you missed at KBIS. And when you go, the other thing is with KBIS, you don't know what you don't know, right? So if you're doing a kitchen remodel, if you weren't listening to us, or you weren't in the trade, or you weren't at these shows, how would you know to even ask your contractor, hey,
Well, this is where I think Instagram and Pinterest are key, because you can go ahead and if you want to, go ahead, and a lot of people don't even know what KBIS is. KBIS is the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show. So if you go ahead and use the hashtag KBIS 2019, you'll be able to see, people have posted some amazing, beautiful pictures. And so if you see something that looks interesting, then you'll get a little blurb on it. Go to Pinterest. You can put that same thing in, and really KBIS is the voice of the industry. Now, it seems like we heard a lot about kitchens, but very little about baths.
So that was interesting. Well,
I
think definitely things just kind of organically carry over.
Like sinks tile.
The tile, the large pattern tile, the Hexagon, the mixed metals on faucets. I'm surprised nobody brought up wallpaper. Because when I think bathroom, I think fun wallpaper, but
I don't know if
they might not focus on that.
I don't even know that they show. There's so many people doing tile on the walls now, ceilings. I mean, if you go into any kind of public space that has a decent bathroom, they're usually tiled to the ceiling. You think about that. That is no maintenance.
Laundry rooms
done.
Looks so good, tiled to the ceiling up behind the washer dryer.
Yeah. I mean, you're paying a little more on the front end, but you're not having any drywall issues. You're not having any painting issues. For people that love to take down wallpaper, you won't have to deal with that. So I do love the idea of tile, being...
Especially with all
like
the floating shelves.
Yeah, butler's pantry.
You got to take the tile all the way up to the ceiling if you can when you're doing the floating shelves. It looks kind of silly when you stop it at the first shelf. As a typical backsplash would.
Yeah.
So...
but those are ways that you can see, see all those photos. And you can also hit the hashtag Design Hounds, because they're posting all that kind of stuff, as well as a lot of other really cool things. So...
we just appreciate all of our friends in the industry who constantly share, and when we reach out, they answer, and so we really, really appreciate that. Okay. Quotes.
Okay.
Funny, inspirational. We got to end on something good.
All right. The inspirational I will do.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Because I think this kind of pertains to remodeling.
Okay.
So, attitude is the difference between an ordeal or an adventure. And so that's kind of like, if you freak out every time something happens, you're not maybe going to see the silver lining. There's been some times when we have something that we were going to put into a project. For some reason, it got discontinued, or the fabric had some defects in it or whatever, and we had to reselect. Rather than freak out, we just reselect, we redo, and sometimes it ends up working out better.
I think almost every time it works out better. And it's so funny because Amy and Lacey will come up with us with big eyes and go, oh God, I don't even want to tell you this, but XYZ. And we're like, okay. And they're like, how are you so calm? Well, freaking out isn't going to help anything.
So just like really with anything. I mean, you just, if something's not going the way it's supposed to go, just go with it.
Turn it into an adventure.
Go with it.
There you go. Okay. I'm sure that so many of you can relate to this. My daughters don't even live at home anymore, and they come home for one weekend, and this is what happens. Going into a teenager's room is like going to IKEA. You just pop in to look, but you end up leaving with 6 cups, 2 plates, a bowl, and some cutlery. Ain't that the truth?
Yes.
So true.
Yes. So we want you guys to help us out. We need to hear from you. We want some feedback on what you like of what we're doing, what we're not doing. Send us quotes, because we're kind of running out of some. And we will be glad to credit you for those. So
or not.
Yeah. So, and they can't be too inappropriate.
Yeah, we're trying to keep a clean rating, not explicit.
We'll still send them. Yeah, because I'll enjoy them, but then I won't be able to say them.
Yeah.
But we'd like a little bit of interaction from all of you that are listening. We went to this Design Influencers Conference here in Atlanta, and I have to say I was so excited because a woman came up to me who was from Dallas, and she's like, "I love your podcast. I love the one you did about Sherwin-Williams," and I was like, wow.
That was a feel-good moment.
Yeah. So we know people are listening.
So there's lots of ways that you can get in touch with us. You can go to our website, candrack-cole.com, and you can reach out to us on any form of social media. You can email us at info@candrack-cole.com. You can send us a voice message through SpeakPipe, which is, if you go to our website and just click on the podcast tab, you'll see it right away. It's on the right-hand side. It has a little microphone, and you just click it. And it's really cool. And record your message, and it gets emailed to us.
I think it says talk to us.
Yeah. So I love that. But we'd love to just hear what you like, what you don't like, a topic that you're dying to hear more about, a guest speaker that that you'd love to hear from. We are bold. We will reach out and get those speakers on the show. Just talk to us.
We're open.
Yeah.
We're open to adventures.
Yeah, we are. We are open to adventures.
Well, we hope this helped, and we appreciate you listening.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.
Join Joanne and Kelly weekly for a lively conversation about trends, travels to industry events, current design projects, the good, the bad, and the ugly, do's and don'ts, product recommendations, and more. Be sure to follow the fun on Facebook. They're on Instagram @CandrackCole, and of course, you've got to visit them online at candrack-cole.com for more information.